Okay, so here's a second example of an object-oriented program with a user-defined or programmer-defined class and an object based on that class. Here I have created a pizza class to represent a pizza item for, like, say, a restaurant. And we'll have a string for the name, what we're calling that pizza, like Hawaiian barbecue or something like that. We'll have the diameter of the pizza, and then the price of the full pizza, and then the price of the one slice or 1/8 of the pizza. So we'll say that this restaurant sells pizza either full or by the slice, the 1/8 slice. So basically, these are private data members, and we talked about that in the last video, how they're the private data are private to the class, and they cannot be accessed from the outside world. And by the outside world, I mean anything outside of this class, anything outside of this curly brace sandwich here, okay? So, and that includes main. So when I go into main, I can't directly access the pizza name, the slice price, the full price, and all that. I have to have some kind of like backdoor or, indirect access to the private data. So let's go down to main. I've created a pizza called P1. And now I want to, so at this point we have just an empty pizza object, which is no use to us because there's no meaningful data in it. I want to put meaningful data into that. I know I cannot just access it with the dot operator. That's not going to work because it's private data. So what I have is some mutator functions or public member functions. Now I'm in the public section. These are member functions. I believe I said in the last video, a mutator function is a function that actually changes data and overwrites data, or puts meaningful data into the private data. So we have some mutator functions here, and I've actually overloaded them, and this is a nice review of overloading from your functions chapter. Remember that overloaded functions have the same name, but different parameter lists, and that's exactly what we have here. I have several functions called change pizza data. They're all called change pizza data, the exact same thing, character for character, but they have different parameter lists. Like, for example, we have 3 parameters here: the name, a string for the name, an integer for the diameter, and a float for the price. Here I just have a single string for the name. Here I just have a single int for the diameter. So those are just different parameter lists, and so we have overloaded functions. So, and they're also member functions. They're members of this class. So we've got kind of a synthesis of various techniques here. So in this, let's look at this one. This is the one that my program is using first. Down in main, I put in a call to change pizza data. I'm providing a name of the pizza, a 10-inch diameter, and a $10 price, $9.99 price. And so what's going to happen is this particular function, this version of change pizza data, is going to execute. The name, the diameter, the price are going to come through the door. I'm setting the private data members, and then for the slice price, I'm just saying that's going to be the full price divided by 8. So 1/8 of the pizza. So I'm calculating the slice price inside of my function. And yeah, so that's that. And then I can create a second pizza. P2 we'll call it. This one will be the Hawaiian barbecue pizza, 12 inches, $12.99. And again, I'm using this version of change pizza data, all those arguments that I provided, Hawaiian barbecue, 12 inches, etc. That's coming through the door. Those are coming through the door. They're going to be used to populate the data, the private data members, which otherwise would not be accessible to us. And then again, dividing the full price by 8 to get the slice price. Okay, then my program calls the pizza facts function, member function, which I haven't shown you yet, but I'm about to. Here, and this is where I'm still inside the class here. This is another member function to print the pizza facts. Okay, and so I'm just using couts to print directly from the private data members because I'm inside of the class. I have access to that data. It's only when you venture outside of the class, like you're in main, then you have to worry about private versus public. But here I'm inside the class. I have full access to those private data members. I can print the pizza. Okay, so what if we want to make a change to an existing pizza Okay, like for example, the vegan supreme pizza that I first created is going to drop by $1. It's going to go down to $8.99, and I'm going to change the title or the name of that pizza to Veggie Supreme instead of Vegan Supreme. No problem. I can change pizza data. What happens when you provide an argument, like here I'm providing a float, okay, that capital F is for float, the float constant. The compiler is smart enough to know that this particular version is going to execute, okay? It's smart enough to look at the parameter lists and sort out which one is going to execute at runtime. So we're going to change the price and then also the name by passing a string. This one, the one that takes a single string, is going to execute, and the pizza name is set to the new name Veggie Supreme. Okay. And again, those setting the private data members, which would otherwise be inaccessible to us. Okay, then we can reprint the pizza facts if we want, just to make sure that it changed. I'm going to go ahead and run this. Okay, and there it is. These are the pizzas that I created from the start with their initial values, and then I turned around and I changed the Vegan Supreme to Veggie Supreme and reduced the price, and you can see that that change did take effect.